It's been a beautiful day because I was able to observe classrooms. I saw some great things happening in English, saw some awesome things in architecture, and now I'm on a podcast with you. And it's actually our Thursday Friday. We're in that tweener because tomorrow you have off for NEOEA Day. Monday you have off, but any of you coming back for PSAT?
I am.
You are?
Originally.
Um,
We'll see.
you probably already did it.
Because I didn't do it last year.
So,
That's fine.
soccer, football. Let's talk about your season. So, a little birdie has flown on my shoulder telling me about your record. Um, talk to us about that record. Talk to us on how we got there and how things are going.
You can go first.
It's definitely like we were a little bit rough in the beginning. What happened the first 2 games?
Our first game, it was like we played our rival, like for soccer, like our big rivals, like Berkshire. It's always really competitive, and it's always a really close game. So we came out and we were just like slow, like we had not figured it out yet because we had a lot of
We have 4, I think, freshmen.
Yeah.
starting.
that came up. So it
Yeah.
was like we weren't used to it yet. But as like the season like developed, like this is like the best team chemistry like we've ever had. Like just me being on the team personally.
Mhm.
So it's like everything connected, and now like we're seeing like the results and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool.
And then I know we lost like a couple games in a row, like 3, and then we just came back. I think we had 4 wins, and like there's a couple we had 6 losses, but there were some of them that definitely like could have been wins if we just. But
Yeah,
it was
tighten
better.
things up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you're at 11 wins this year.
Mm-hmm.
And people have been searching the history books. They can't recall a time that we had 11 wins. So that's impressive. And because your season, I'm not going to call it to be short. It's not a short season. You're putting in a lot of time, both for the Chardon time, but then you do a lot of work outside of the season with club sports and other sports. So, I mean, it's not like you have golf. I mean, golf's done. They tee off in end of July and they're done because of the weather. You play through a lot of weather. Have you been impacted by the thunderstorm delays and then early on?
Yeah, that's probably the worst so far.
Yeah. I think at 3 or 4 of our games already we were delayed.
But we've only had one like freezing game. But other than that, it's just been the thunderstorms that have delayed us, which is really annoying.
So when can we see you play again?
Next Thursday we go back to Madison for the second round because we had a first week bye, so we'll be back to Madison.
That's great. So we all know the crown of grass they have at Madison. You're going to do a lot of practicing out front in our front yard.
Yeah.
Yes, especially this week. It's mainly out on the grass to get
Mhm.
used to it.
I think our front yard is probably in better shape than their playing surface at Madison.
Oh yeah, for
Mhm.
sure.
It's a lot of
They're not going to cut the grass,
holes.
so it's going to try to slow you down. But speed is something that your team certainly has. Definitely. You seem to be like almost all of the same height too, like give or take an inch or
It's
two.
weird.
Yeah.
We're all definitely, except we have a few like outliers. But other than that,
Yeah.
we're all like the exact same height.
You have an abnormally sized goalie at like 5'3".
Yeah,
Oh,
and
I
she's
know.
so good, which is like
Yeah.
easy. Like
Yeah.
She's like a little jumping bean all over the place. So, and what's so crazy is I've known your coach since I've been here as an assistant principal, and he's such like a soft-spoken guy. He's very like monotone, soft-spoken. He still looks like he's 18 years old,
Oh yeah.
but he's married with children, and he's been a teacher for almost probably over at least 15 years.
Mhm.
So, can you talk a little bit about the coaching this year? I mean, it's been the same approach, but what has changed? Anything?
I would just say like probably just like our team as a whole. Like we have like a bunch of new people, and they've played together for a while before even like high school started. So there was already like a little bit of connection between, and I think like we we all get along with each other very well.
This year especially, like he pushed that we would like all like get together, like try to do team runs. We're lifting all together in, like we did that all summer. So this was like this year, like coming out of COVID, like we did not do a lot of team things, but like this year especially, we've done so much stuff, like just like to bond as a team, and you can definitely see it on the field that we're like our chemistry is there. Like nobody's like fighting on the field, like it's all like well rounded and good. So he's definitely pushed for that more.
Where did you fall in the WRC?
Second.
Second.
Yep.
And is it because of Kenston?
Mayfield.
Mayfield. Is it the boys that have Kenston?
Yeah, the Kenston boys just won. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So you get through Madison. What? How quick is the turnaround?
Oh, well, like once we get through Madison, we have the number 1 seed is who we play if they win. So the number 1 seed in our district's Walsh. So if we beat Madison, we're probably going to end up going and playing Walsh if they win, which they probably will.
Which I think is just a couple days after.
But
okay,
they're not like they still have like a good record, but that like I feel like we still like have a chance. Like it's not like the past years where it's like
shutdown.
we go in and we're like we're gonna lose 0-12. Like here, I feel like we have like a solid chance to at least like put up a fight. This is cool.
would you say that not only just the chemistry that you have, the fact that you've been playing together for years and girls have played at a high level, but would you say that your footwork and speed has played a huge advantage this season?
Yeah, for sure.
100%. Because everybody's foot skills all together is like so greatly improved. And you can see that because we used to like our one touches are really bad, but this year especially, like Chad focused a ton on that, so that like in the games, like when we hit that one touch, we're not automatically turning the ball over and losing it. Like now, it's like we have that one touch and we can counter like pass. So it's actually pretty cool to see like throughout the season how that's gotten so much better.
And then we also like became part of huddle, so we can like we take a lot of time to like rewatch games, and we'll like pause and figure out what was a mistake, and then we like fix it at the next practice.
That's great feedback right there. A lot of us who are in my world and age didn't have that feature. You know, coaches saw it from the sidelines, or maybe a parent said, hey, you could have done this, and you're like, I wish I could see it over again. So that's a great tool that you have here, and most schools have that. Academically, are you having a good start to the first quarter?
I think so.
Yeah, pretty good start.
Yeah.
Yeah, the quarter ends in 8 days.
I know, it went by so fast.
It has gone by super quickly here. So as we transition eventually through the fall, it comes to winter. Now I know that there's swimming that goes on for a lot of girls. Do you think that is there also like club soccer that continues for others too?
Yes. So some of our girls, majority of our girls go and they play for Croatia, which is, I practice with them because I swim.
That's a long drive.
Yeah. But they.
I'm joking.
I know.
Is that just like East Lake?
Yeah, it's at Andrews Osborne is where they.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, so it's actually fine. But a few of our girls go and play there in the winter. And this past winter, we had a winter league, so we all got together. And we played against normal teams.
I also think that's what helped us. Like last year, we just started like our own Chardon indoor team, or else like years before, like girls would just join different indoor teams. But I think all of us together, that helped to get like a couple months of extra practice.
Especially for like people who aren't like in the clubs, like just like the extra touches in the winter to keep like people like on their feet has definitely like been a huge impact, as you can see. It's not only varsity, but like JV. Our JV is so much better than they were last year. Like everybody's improving, which is
really good. That's awesome to hear. When you go to a soccer game, you know, there's probably out of both sides, maybe 100 total people that go to a game. And being at Chardon Memorial Field holding 4,000 people, it seems like there's nobody there, but you can hear everything.
Oh yeah.
At guys and girls games. Is there a fan out there or a parent that is like a super fan that you want to recognize?
Oh my gosh.
I heard that Jake made an appearance and was started targeting you out there.
I did hear about that. Yeah, he did. I could hear him. The game he came to, like, we were down by like the one side and all, because there's nobody there, so you can hear everybody, like you said. And all I could hear was just him, like, just like yelling at me. And I was like blocking him out. But I think our super fan would definitely be Mr. Tominski, even though he is our announcer. But like, it's just so. I just think he's so, like, it's so funny when he announces Gray by your nickname.
He is almost like he's on live TV.
Mhm.
Yes.
I think that's his like inner calling.
Yes, he should
For
follow
sure.
that.
Mr. Hyam, we have covered the entire podcast about soccer. So why don't you make up on the spot? These girls, I have 11 wins. They go to Madison. We talked a lot about preseason, current season, postseason, along with their academics, which you'd be proud about. We did a live academic review. Now, you know soccer. Is there something specific you want to ask them? Or you want to go some this and that? Or you just want to make up some would you rather?
Soccer is not the easiest sport to watch because there's this thing called offsides that's called, and some people don't understand what offsides is, and then sometimes you can actually be onside when the ball's kicked and then be offside when you retrieve it, and then girls, can you tell us a little bit about some of these unique rules that you guys live with about offsides and about direct kick, indirect kick, and can you give our viewers, we don't have many, but our viewers a little bit of insight on some of the rules of soccer?
I definitely struggle with offsides quite a bit because it's just like if you are running too fast, you just will be offsides.
So yeah, basically, like, if you are behind the last defender before the ball is played, you're considered offsides. So it's hard to time that up. Like, if someone's about to play like a huge ball over the top, Teagan is so fast that normally she gets like caught off sides, or even then, like, the ref might be out of position and can't see it as clearly.
Oh, so we're blaming others.
Yeah,
We're blaming others for our mistakes that we make. You know what? Boy, do they know our core values, Mr. Murray? Because I'm not sure.
No, but like,
oh boy.
Normally those like calls happen at like games where it doesn't really matter. So it's
and then they, they throw their hands up, and then if you guys, and I'm sure you guys play club and travel, and the parents get to sit right there on the sideline, and really get to kind of, I will say I probably said a few things to a ref or two. I've never been asked to leave, but I've said a few things. And I've got the look, but that's what happens, right? When you're passionate for your son or daughter. I'm sure your parents are the same way, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So, Mr. Murray, just so you know, I did see these students earlier because they never heard of our podcast. Shocking.
Oh my gosh, there's
they never heard
400 of these.
Oh,
it's not like
hundreds.
We have more followers than the Kelsey brothers. You don't know that?
That's pretty impressive. The problem is
you're going to go, like, this is going to be broadcast on
we do.
ESPN. They're going to do a top 10 parody of today's podcast. We'll get at least 4 moms that will email us. And like I said, the 100 soccer fans that come in a 15, 16 game season that will say, that was cool that you did that, but they won't really tell us. So do you want, they're going to Madison, and so they're going to be playing on the ground of
that natural
garbage.
Grass out there.
It's like 7 inches long. There's holes everywhere. It's like playing at Municipal Stadium. After the Indians, the Browns, and heck, we just put a concert out there in the cap.
Yeah. Well, I hope the officials bring their red cards with them because, some of those fly tackles from behind need to be called.
I agree. Yeah.
You guys agree? I mean,
yeah.
The Madison players have been known to play a little bit aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
Some call that, effective. I call it something else, but not for this podcast. But ladies, we talked a little earlier about doing a little this or that, and I'm on the hungry side, so I'm going to give you some options. We're going to talk a little bit about food. You guys like food?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to give you a choice. We can either give you a little this or that about breakfast, barbecue, or junk food. Which one would you like to have a little this or that? Junk food, barbecue, or breakfast?
Junk food.
Junk food. Okay. And Mr. Murray, you can always jump in because some of these might actually be good for you. Pringles or Lay's?
Oh,
Lay's.
Pringles.
Oh.
Oh, wow, you guys might not be friends after this. Let's see. I saw that look from Snyder there. All right, salt and vinegar or sour cream and onion?
Salt and vinegar.
Sour cream and onion. What?
Oh my goodness, Murray.
I'm with
We got
Teagan.
a battle going on here. All right. This might be the one that just pushes you guys over the edge. Coke or Pepsi?
Coke. What?
Oh, Pepsi for sure.
Oh my goodness. We may not have Coke captains here after today. Oh my goodness.
Chemistry is on the field.
Yeah, well, true.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True. All right, I got two more for you, then I'm gonna turn it back over to the master of ceremonies. Black coffee or
Yes.
cream and sugar?
Oh, neither.
Oh, yeah, neither.
Is there a neither option?
Not in Mr. Murray's and I world. I mean,
Okay,
there's only
cream
one
and
right
sugar.
answer for us.
Sugar.
No, girls. Jeez.
Coffee? That's like drinking dirt.
I think all coffee is. Ooh.
It's eating dirt. So we're eating dirt when we have coffee, Mr. Murray. Okay.
I'll eat it all day.
Yeah, we do. All right, last one, ladies. Gatorade or Powerade?
Gatorade.
Okay, we got one.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
good.
We got one. All right, we can end on good terms, Mr. Murray. Thank you. Little this or that with the wonderful
Perfect.
girls of our soccer team.
Now, ladies, this is the time where you want to give some shout outs. Think about anything, anybody. It can be academically, athletically, it could be household. Someone you want to give a shout out to as we transition to a long weekend. It's all individual. You don't have to have collective. Anyone you want to give a shout out to, we'll start with, let's just go with Schneider here, and we'll just go across the line.
I would like to give a shout out to Carly, but we call her Coco. She's got many names. We also call her Carl. I just think, she should watch this and just feel honored when I mention her and make her so she picks me as a favorite captain. Yeah. Oh, you.
I would probably give one to Skylar. I played with her like all of high school and all of our indoor, and it's just gonna be like sad to have to depart eventually, for sure.
All the freshmen. I think they're so
I
funny.
say the whole team.
No, I'm kidding.
I said this earlier, but I'm going to give a shout out to your coach, Chad. And, he's an 18-year-old, 33-year-old, or whatever he is.
Yep.
But the cool thing that he's been doing is obviously the intentionality of the off-season program, but also the reviewing of huddle and going and giving feedback. That's what great coaches do. They continually evolve and look at has occurred. Not only the chemistry on the field has worked, but the outcomes throughout the season has gotten you to. We'll have to look it up, but you might have the Chardon history record of most wins in a season at 11, because that is outstanding. And that, we have competitive teams. But in soccer, it's always been a struggle because we don't have like the location for it to be like booming.
Yeah.
It's kind of up north more and East Lake area and beyond on the west side. But it's great that you have made such great connections this year. So Chad, this one's for you. Mr. Heim, want to give a shout out?
It's hard. There's so many people to shout out, but I'm going to reach out to our parents, who I saw a lot last night, coming to parent-teacher conferences, and the teachers for doing the work. But more importantly, I've been meeting with a lot of students lately who, Mr. Murray, you'd be proud. They have a plan. They're trying to execute that plan as we get near the end of the first quarter to make sure they're the best version of themselves, just like these ladies are in the classroom and representing us on the field, or we would call it the pitch, right, ladies?
Right.
Right. See, little terminology for those fans out there to know. They're going to be on the pitch playing. So, yeah, just a little shout out to everyone that's making this Chardon High School a great place to be.
Mhm.
Amen. And you girls, I just went through your grades, and first of all, I think that 90% combined with you two are all taking AP and CCP courses.
Mhm.
There's the couple singletons that are unique, like Acadec has one. Then you are, of course, one of the queen bees in there, Miss Schneider. But if we're talking about, I talked to a parent yesterday about the my whole goal. I wish that we would just play ABBA all day long.
Yeah.
It's A, B, and BAs. You girls have more A's than B's. You two are kicking butt. So awesome job. So proud of you academically and your leadership and what you're doing with soccer. Can't wait to see what you do throughout the course of the rest of this year. But girls, good luck to you and your teammates as you take on the Blue Streaks. And certainly this is a huge topper up to all of our soccer boys and girls this year. They've been doing great. So girls, have a great day. Have a
Thank
great weekend. Go Toppers.
The Toppers.
Thank
Bye.
you. You
Thank
too.
you.
Yeah.
Bye.